This is Desmond Snow Dog Training. I'm out here with Kosh. We're doing some retrieves with this thingy. I just wanted to talk really quickly about timing a correction in training. Koshka, sit. Nope. Sit, dude. Come on. Good boy. Sit. Sit. Koshka. He's going for the retrieve. Heel. Get over here. Heel. Sit. Good boy. Drop. That's good, dude. Good job. All right. Break. You're free, dude. Go ahead. Okay. But I just wanted to talk about timing a correction in training. There is, a big misconception in general with dog trainers, or maybe not dog trainers, but just dog owners in general. Better not be eating grass. You better not be eating grass, doofus. Knock it off. No. No. He's going potty. But basically, what it's really important that you time your corrections properly. And when I say a correction, there's multiple different ways to administer a correction. You can do it with a leash. You can do it with your voice. You can do it with one of these with an e-collar, right? And timing is really crucial. You want to do it right at the point where your dog is gonna fuck up or they're about to fuck up, right? You don't want to be doing it way later, right? And this is mainly a point when it comes to people leaving their dogs at home, and then like when they go out, they leave their dogs at home, and then when they get home, they see that their dog did something fucked up, and then they correct it, right? And this is terrible. It's a really bad idea to do that, just because your dog, they don't think about shit. They don't feel guilt and stuff like that. They seriously just react to shit. They just react to like stimuli, right? And then over time, you can kind of shape their behavior with conditioning, right? That's kind of the name of the game when it comes to dog training, just in general, or just owning a dog in general. When you want your dog to sit, you are drilling them at sit like thousands of times, right? When you get your dog to not eat food off the ground, you're drilling them to not eat food off the ground thousands of times, right? Or maybe not thousands of times, but a lot. You drill them a lot, right? And that's the thing, is that like when you give a correction to a dog, you're doing it right when they fuck up, like immediately. It's like at the moment where they're fucking up. And preferably, you want to stop problems before they even start. So for example, if your dog is reactive and your dog is going and barking and like running up to people or running up to dogs or running after animals or whatever, saying your dog is reactive and they're just going ape shit on shit, you want to stop them before they even get to the point where they're flipping out, right? You want to be stopping them and correcting them at the point where they're getting excited, where they're about to be excited, right? And distance helps a lot with this, because the closer a dog gets to like whatever's making them flip out, the more they're going to flip out, right? And if you take a step back and you're further back, then you can stop the problem. You can stop like the negative behavior when they start getting to that negative point, and the point with that, like when they start doing the thing that you don't want. I hope this makes sense. But basically with Koshka, I'm not going to correct him like way later. I'm also not going to correct him for nothing. You know what I mean? Like he's got to actually fuck up, right? And the thing is eventually you get to a point where, because you've conditioned a correction properly, you can, like the way that I like to do it is similar to the way that Peter Kane does it, or pretty much exactly the same way that Peter Kane does it. I'll give a leash correction. I'll say the word no in a negative way, like no. I'll say something like that. And then I will also tap the e-collar. And that is like it's like a trifecta of a correction, right? To where all three of those things, those stimuli, affect at the same time, and they all effectively mean the same thing, but it's like a triple layer of pressure, right? None of them is going overboard, because when you correct a dog, you do not want to go overboard. You do not want it to be overly negative, right? You do, however, if your dog is really fucking up, if your dog is flat out being non-compliant, then you have to let him know that that's not cool. You don't want that, right? So, for example, if he was going to eat grass, that's like a minor offense. So I'll just be like, Koshka, knock it off. You know what I mean? But if Koshka were to go be aggro towards the cats, or if he's barking and he will not stop barking, right? If you say he barks, he's a vocal dog. He's a really vocal dog. Say he barks and he's in the kennel or something like that. He hears a knock at the door, he starts barking, goes woof woof, right? And I say, Koshka, no, down. And he keeps barking, right? And I keep saying no, down, and he's not shutting up. then I might need to be like, Koshka, you better listen to me right now and shut up. Lay down, knock it off, right? It's a big wave of negativity, something like that, right? That's something that I have to do pretty much daily with him, right? And if you have a really persistent type of dominant dog, then you're gonna tell them to do something and they're not gonna wanna do it. I'm training my roommate's dog, Browning, right now. She's a little pit mix, which she'll be in videos. But we're working at heel, right? And the thing is now it's at a point where she knows heel. She knows to spin in, right? And when, you know, when she does it, she obviously gets like a really good girl, but if she's not doing it the right way, then I do give her negativity, right? When I'm teaching her the command initially, there isn't really any negativity. I'm just trying to guide her into doing the command, right? Because she doesn't know it yet. I can't be correcting her for something that she doesn't know. But when she does know it, which I know she knows it now she gets negativity if she's not going to do it, right? And that's the thing, is you have to kind of teach the dog the language that you're speaking to them in, right? And the way that you would give negativity to a dog, the way that you use operant conditioning, you know, you use like a negative stimuli, positive punishment, right? I don't like that they call it punishment because that makes it sound so super negative. But the thing is it is a punishment technically. You know, when you give a leash correction, that's punishment, and it's positive punishment. You're introducing something into the situation that is negative for the dog, so it discourages a negative behavior, right? So if your dog is barking, you use positive punishment, you introduce a leash correction in the word no, and that will get them to stop, right? Now, obviously, it's not about being super negative. You want your training to be like 99% positive, because most of the time your dog is gonna be doing good, but there are gonna be times where they're gonna shit test you. Kind of like, you know, they're gonna give you like a test. They're gonna be like, hey, are you really fucking serious right now? And if you have a really dominant dog, you know, like I do, Koshka's fucking dominant as hell. If you have a really dominant dog, then they're gonna test you a lot. They're gonna keep testing you for a while, right? For a long time, for like, especially in the beginning of training, right? They're just gonna keep being like, are you really serious? Are you actually serious? Are you actually gonna make me do this thing? I'm gonna go do this and see what you do, right? And you need to be consistent, and you need to maintain that like dominant figure. You need to maintain that, right? And if you don't maintain it, then everything just goes to shit. Your dog's training goes to shit. They forget, if they don't, you know, if you don't use it, you lose it type shit. They'll, you know, if I don't get out here and drill him daily at sitting, right? Or doing recall, he's just gonna forget it. He's gonna be like, ah, fuck it. He's not serious, right? Or if I let him get pet by my friend, like if I let him get pet by my friend for free, right? When I say for free, I mean my dog walks up to my friend and gets pet, right? He doesn't have to sit, he doesn't have to heel, he doesn't have to do anything proper. You should see, the next day, his training goes to absolute shit. He doesn't actually, like, you know, he doesn't maintain the training. Sorry, I'm just pulling my sleeve up, it fell down. But he doesn't maintain, like, what I taught him. It's bullshit. He knows what he's supposed to do, right? Koshka, here! Koshka, come here, dude. Get over here. Heel. Right, he'll come right to heel. Now, get over here. Just trying to fuck my video up. Sit. Good. Good boy. Right? Now that's what I'm doing with him right now. Break. He's on his break right now, you know. I'm letting him do whatever he wants to do. I let him be a dog sometimes. A lot of people think like, oh, you're so fucking strict. Oh, you know, da-da-da. It's like, yeah, bullshit. I let him fucking do whatever he wants sometimes. I let him go fucking sniff around the yard and shit. You know what I mean? I mean, I'm not a fucking, like, dictator, but it's under the right circumstances, and there is one thing that he can't do, and that thing is not listen. If I ever tell him to do something, he has to listen to me, and that's it. And I will always follow through with that too. If I tell him to heel, god damn it, he's gonna heel, right? I don't let him get away with not doing it. That's a surefire way for your dog's training to just go to shit, to just completely go out the window, right? He's over there. Kind of want to have him in the video so you guys can see him being a dog. You know, he's honestly a really fucking good dog, right? All of them are good dogs, and they can all be trained to do the same shit, and that's the thing, is they'll fuck with you, right? My roommate's dog, Browning, the pit bull, it's so funny because, like, you know, my roommate saw that I was working with her, and then I went and he was trying to get her to heel. He's saying, Browning, heel. And she goes and she spins around on the wrong side. She spins the wrong way, and she's giving him a half-assed heel, and not only that, but she's dragging ass. She's dragging ass doing it. She's going slow as hell. And I was thinking, oh, you know, we'll probably have to work heel a couple more days then because she's just not doing it. But then I bring her out here. I bring her out here into the yard, and that place target right there, the wooden square, right? Koshka, what are you doing? Get over here. Here. No, here. Koshka, get over here right now. Sniffing around. I can't see him, so that's why I brought him. He's around the other side of the house. But basically with Browning, like what I'll do is, I just had her out here and I was working heel with her. I said heel, and first try, she comes, spins around on the right side, sits down, like it was nothing. She did it she did it perfectly, first try. So I'm just sitting there, and then it registered in my brain. I'm like, she was fucking with my roommate. She's fucking with him. That's her owner, right? And he normally lets her get away with doing whatever, right? Like if she doesn't listen, he's like, oh, whatever, right? And that's the thing is like, she doesn't listen to him because she knows he's not serious. She knows he's not going to actually buckle down and make her do it, right? But she does know that I will buckle down and make her do it. And that's the thing is with like a dog, right? They will pick up on that, and they're dominant creatures, man. If they know they can fuck with you, they'll fuck with you, right? So don't let them fuck with you. Don't let them do that. Make them do what you want them to do. And when you administer a correction, make sure that the timing is right. Make sure the timing is really solid. Right when they're about to fuck up, you give them a correction, right? You give them a leash correction, say no, and maybe tap the e-collar, but you really only want to use this in a training scenario. If your dog is like over threshold barking at something or about to fucking go take off chasing after something, this isn't going to fucking help, right? So don't use this. You use a leash for that. Use a leash for that, and you need to do more yard work with, sorry, the sun's in your guys' eyes. But basically, it's just like, it's all about consistency, and it's all about having the right timing and shit. And, yeah, sorry, my fucking arm is getting tired holding the phone up. But, yeah, I mean, like, you basically just want to make sure that your timing is right, and you also want to make sure that you follow through. Don't stop. Don't give up. If your dog is giving you a refusal, if you tell them to do something that they know how to do and they don't do it, you have to follow through. To follow through and make sure that they do what you're telling them to do. Otherwise, why would they? If you let them get away with not doing it now, what makes you think that they're not? What makes you think that they're just going to do it for you later on when they feel like it? They aren't. They're just going to keep fucking not doing it, right? And that's the thing. You don't want to let your dog do that. Koshka, here. No, here. Get over here, dude. Come on. He's peeing on everything. Koshka, come here. Get over here. He's dragging ass a little bit, but he's coming. Come here. No. Get over here right now. Knock it off. Heel. Sit. He's off leash, so he's giving me shit. He's like, you don't have that element of control over me. I'll just do whatever I want. Right? But that's the thing is I can correct him with my voice and with this. Right? So he listens. And that's the thing is like I'm going to be conditioning him with this for a while, for, you know, probably 6 months to a year, right? Just conditioning this over and over again and over again. And then eventually I'll be able to take this off of him. He won't even need to have the e-collar on because he'll be conditioned so well. But right now he's not conditioned yet. And he's not even that used to being off leash. I do have him off leash sometimes now though. In public and shit, sometimes I have him off leash. I'll take him out into this field back here and I'll have him off leash out there. This is completely, you know, it's not blocked off, right? But there's a bunch of things that go into it. I'm making sure that nothing bad is going to happen. Right? I'll take him back there, and I do have this on him, right? And not only that, but if he's really, say he's really pent up because he has a shitload of energy, he's a shepherd and he's a fucking puppy, right? I make sure that I throw a couple retrieves for him, maybe 4 or 5, something like that, where he's just sprinting. He's got so much energy. He's going, he's sprinting, he's getting all that energy out, right? So then if something were to stimulate him like a squirrel or something, he's like, I don't really feel like it. You know what I mean? And not only that, I can tell him no, and then he'll listen. Because with the pent-up energy, man, you can't keep a dog cooped up all the time. I mean, you can get their energy out in like 5-10 minutes, right? To where, say you had him cooped up. Say, theoretically, I had him in the kennel for 24 hours. I wouldn't do this, but say I had him in the kennel for 24 hours or something like that, and I kept him in there for a long time and got him cooped up and got his energy all built up, right? I could throw 5-6 retrieves for him. He'd be beat. He'd be beat. 10 minutes. Not even. 5 minutes. 5 minutes, throw a couple retrieves for him. He's sprinting there, sprinting back, sprinting there, sprinting back. By the end of that 5 minutes, he's like, I'm about ready to lay down and pass the fuck out because I just got worked, right? So I don't need to take my dog on a fucking 2-hour walk. I don't need to take my dog on 3 walks a day, right? People are like, oh, you need to have a lot of time for this dog. It's like, no, you really only need 5 minutes. You really only need 5 minutes to exercise your dog. You throw retrieves for them and they're sprinting the whole time. You only need about 5 minutes, right? And then they're just beat. They're completely beat. and they chill out for a long time. He has a lot of energy, don't make no mistake. He has a shitload of energy, but it's not that, you know, like, I can still, like, kill his energy in, like, a couple minutes. He'll just, like, just chill out. You know what I mean? At the beginning of this video, I threw a retrieve for him, and he already did retrieves earlier. So he doesn't have a lot of energy. You know what I mean? He's just like, all right, I'm just chilling. And exercise is important for your dog, but so is training. But anyways, I mean, that's pretty much all I wanted to talk about. I just wanted to kind of, this is a little bit of a casual thing, but I just wanted to tell everybody like how you administer a correction. A lot of people, like I said, they'll leave for work and then they come home and their dog got into the trash or something, and then they start correcting the dog then, and they get all fucking pissed. Your dog doesn't understand what it did wrong. They don't understand that. They don't get that that them getting into the trash is why you're mad. What they think right now, because like I said, they just react to shit, they just think that when you got home, now they're in trouble. So then they start not liking you, and then they start not wanting to listen to you at all. They start not wanting to come when called and shit. Right? But is that what the kind of relationship you want to have with your dog? Because that's the kind of relationship you're going to get if you give them negativity when you get home when they got into the trash. What you need to do if your dog is getting into the trash when you're at work, one, you should have your dog in a fucking kennel if you're gone, right? Why do they need to get into the trash at all or be able to get into the trash? They're just going to get into fucking trouble. If you're gone, your dog should be in a crate. But say you, for whatever reason, maybe you're fucking anti-crate, which there are people that are fucking anti-crate, right? For some weird reason, but they are anti-crate. Maybe you're one of those crazy anti-crate people and your dog is going to get into the trash. One way that you might drill them is by having them, he's looking at something, by having them go up to the trash, and then when they try to go for the trash, you'd give them a leash correction and say no, right? Kolshka, heel. Come here, heel. Sit. Good boy. Yeah, you're a good boy, dude. Good job. Good boy. Good boy. See? It's mostly positive, dude. If he's being a dick and he's not listening, then I'm gonna fucking correct him. But if he's being good, then there's no need. I don't need to correct him if there's no, you know? But anyways, I'm Desmond Snow Dog Training. I'm a dog trainer in the Pacific Northwest area. If you have a dog and you need it trained, it doesn't matter the size, the age, the breed. You can teach an old dog new tricks. I can work with your dog. I can make him sit. I can make him chill out like this. This is a 1-year-old Border Collie that has his balls, all right? A lot of people say that this fucking breed is ridiculous to deal with until they're fucking 3 years old. That's just fucking stupid. The reason why that is because most people don't take into the fact that you do have to fucking work with your dog. Most people's metric for whether a dog is a good dog or not is whether they can have a dog that's calm without actually having to put in any fucking work. And that's bullshit, because everybody has to work with their dogs, all right? Every single person, you have to work with your fucking dog. Your dog doesn't just exist and then just is good. They don't understand things. They run on instincts and with trained commands, conditioned commands. If you don't condition commands in with your dog properly, then your dog is gonna act like a little shit. And that's just like the fact of the matter, right? He did that, but he has conditioned commands in. So now he actually will behave, right? And he is a puppy and he does make mistakes. You know, sometimes I'll be walking on the street and someone, I just had this happen. My neighbor came up and then he started barking, right? He's a vocal dog and he wanted to see, he was like, why is this lady walking up to my owner, right? I don't like that though. I don't need him to fucking protect me. So I was giving him corrections, telling him no, saying, hey man, I don't fucking like that. And then within a couple minutes, he chilled out, right? I was talking to my neighbor for a few minutes and he relaxed, right? And that's what you want. Your dog is gonna fuck up and they're gonna do stupid shit. It's gonna happen, right? But you just have to be there and you have to be consistent about like, hey, this is what I like, this is what I don't like. All right? I'm Desmond Snow Dog Training. I'll see you guys in the next video. I hope you guys have a good day.